still farming this entire time with no threat. Hardlane Mirana is really bad. I'm sorry. It's just not good. She can't trade with any supports. She is much more effective off the map and as an arrow threat is really the best way to put it. She won't get much farm if the support is a good support. Yeah, but learning how to beat SF is like you gotta win the early CS. Like you gotta use Remnant Overload to get like dominance, shove the lane into his tower, make him miss CS. I think Aui's by far the best player to watch out of those four, just because I feel like he's the most experienced. I usually like to get Maelstrom as at least a second item, meaning like go treads. Yash, like you saw Sumail, he went treads, Yasha, Maelstrom. So like, get it as like a second item. Never go first, but it's okay to get it as a second item. I personally would go like treads, Mom, Sanjin, Yasha, Maelstrom, Scotty. Like that's how I would build it. But it's really a preference with those four items. I think that those are the four core items, but where you do with those is your choice. Hex Fangay instead of a MKB Fangay. Yeah, and I was trying to, yeah, you can't use like playing Spectre in pubs. Like, I'll just get wrecked in lane. Not much I can do about it. I'm going to build on offlane Weaver. I think offlane Weaver is all about sustain, like being able to stay in lane. So whether it be like a bottle or like Ring of Aquila, Ring of Health, or yeah, Ring of Health, just whatever keeps you sustained in lane. I don't think boots are that important. Thoughts on Windrunner roles and lanes? I think Windrunner has to be a mid now. I think she offers so much as a carry, like meaning like with farm, like if you give her a Maelstrom Ags and a Blink, like her solo kill potential is out the roof, and her threat on the map is just huge. So I think that I think she has to be a mid, maybe a support, not an offlaner. That's my opinion. Best heroes for raising MMR are the ones that can function on their own. Wraith King's actually pretty decent. Lycan's pretty decent. Troll, Slark, Jug. I have to look at the hero pool. I'm just gonna name every hero regardless of how good they are. It really doesn't come down to how good the hero is. It comes down to how self-sufficient they are in lane. Like heroes like Lycan can just go jungle. Let's see. PL isn't horrible. Honestly, that's about it. That's what I would say. Maybe Dusa, because she can do a lot with just a few items. She can do a lot with just a few items. My favorite pro carry player, probably Hibos, however you pronounce his name. What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. It's Hibos or Illidan. I said Illidan the other day. It really changes. Like, in terms of raw playstyle, I think it's Illidan, meaning like I just love the heroes because he plays all the heroes I play. But Hibos, like, I don't know, his farming is I think he's one of the best farmers. I'm a lower 3k MMR and this stupid shit happens a lot. How can you make your team understand kills aren't everything but farm is? The answer is not to try to make your team understand. You have to be the one that understands. And you have to do what I do in this game. Literally, this game is... It's this game, in a nutshell. Like, this game. I can only say that, like, I can only emphasize that enough. Like, what I did in this game is exactly what you need to do when you think your teammates are retarded. Any opinion? Mid lane is very good. Lena's not just a pub stomper. She's picked, she's picked in a lot of the tournaments I see. She's a really good hero, like, as a mid. She just needs to be... She has to win the start. Like, she can't get ganked. She's very vulnerable. That's the problem. You can't win dual lane off lane against as a Slark. You can't win the lane. He's a very weak laner. That's why I think he's such a bad mid and such a bad off laner. He's such a weak laner. He's so bad in lane. Like, I made one mistake in my Slark game earlier, and it cost me my lane because I was at medium HP at level 5. Like, until he hits level 6, he's one of the weakest laners in the game. He's very aggressive. Like, he can help his supports get kills if it's a solo offlaner, but against a dual offlane, it's really, you just have to Try to abuse creep aggro and try to pull it back as much as possible and just get whatever CS you can. Yeah, this is a game from when I played earlier. I'm just having it fast forwarded through while I answer questions because people had asked me to answer questions about how this Lina should have supported because I was complaining about it earlier. Best mid player. That's a great question. That's such a hard question to answer because mid players have such different play styles. Like Arteezy's a farming mid, Dindy's a gaming mid, and like it's just I really don't think that's a fair comparison. Like if I had to say my favorite mid player to watch, I think it might be Ferrari. I enjoy watching Ferrari. Match ID. I'll post it in. I'll post it. I'll also be. All my videos are uploaded to YouTube as well. Like all these will be uploaded tomorrow, or by tomorrow. They'll be uploaded tonight, but on by tomorrow. So this is the match ID. I'll copy paste it. Safe lane Lina in pubs, never do it. Just don't do it. It won't work. But in coordinated Dota with timings and like pushes where like she gets an Ags and a Yules where like the enemy team just can't contest, I think that gets really good. Offlane Tidehunter. Okay, everybody asking offlane questions. Let's just do this. Next stream I will do an offlane tutorial from watching like I'll analyze a universe play a hero. A lot about offlane Tidehunter is just stacking ancients and recovering that way. I know how to play offlane, I just can't do it basically. My MMR right now is actually okay. My bot needs to be updated. I'm not gonna worry about it tonight. Oh, I should probably let you guys see me wreck these guys. Yeah, get wrecked. Wow, good stuff. But yeah, this is my MMR right now. I'll put it up right there for people who are just joining and are curious about my stream. I am going to be going to bed though. I think PL's good hard carry in pubs, yes. I hope we never see techies as a regular in tournaments. That hero is cancer. I did not see Fear Necroll burning Zantimage 0.313 seconds after his BKB ended, but I'm sure that would have made me excited. What's better as Radiant safe lane when the lane gets pushed, farm the jungle or roam? I've already talked about this a lot in my games. Okay, I'm going to link... Okay, if you're a hero, what you need to do is... It's in this Wraith King game as well, but if you watch my Slark game from earlier, it's every game I play Slark. You shove the lane with whatever hero it is. Ideally a hero with a nuke, but like if it's just like a Wraith King, you just auto-attack it. And then you go do a jungle creep camp and then come back. Because the tower will naturally push the wave back towards you. How to counter new troll fad. Picking long-ranged heroes. Sniper's pretty damn good against troll. Slark's really good against troll. Drow's pretty good against troll, but you have to be good at all these heroes. It's really, like, the problem with troll is he's a lot harder to counter than he is to play. He's a hard hero to play. He's got a lot of skill cap as a carry, but like it's a lot easier to just run at people and spam whirling axes than it is to actually play around that. My favorite girl streamer.
New game hosted.
Probably Hafu in Hearthstone, but if you're asking about Dota, probably Asia more, but I don't see her on anymore. Weaver roaming support. It could work, Kappa. Oh yeah, I saw that. That game versus Big God, I did see that game. Not Today's a solid tier 2 team, but they Sorry, Sages 7. Sages 7. I've just answered that question a lot, and it's like it's in my VODs, and I actually explain it during the game. You want to shove the lane out and then farm the jungle, and you can do it without missing any creeps. Like you farm the jungle camp and then come back. But yeah, Not Today's a solid tier 2 team, but they don't seem to... I don't know, they make a lot of silly mistakes, is my best way to word it. Is it bad to take an offlane tower because as a carry you can't farm as well? No, it's not at all. It's not it's bad to take an offlane tower at the expense of your farm. I've tried to say that several times. Like, there's times where I could have been pushing the tower, but instead I chose to jungle a creep camp. So, like, if you're getting the tower for free, yes, if it's convenient, it's always worth taking the tower, because then you just start farming the jungle as whatever carry you are. That's why I think heroes like Spectre are really bad in pubs, because you can't do that. You can't farm the jungle with Spectre. But even Wraith King can farm the jungle. What better girl streamer than Asia Moore is there? Like, no offense, like maybe I don't know of them. Anti-mage support, probably not. Try. Why not queue US East at this time? I heard AK players play it this time. VODs rhymes with bods. Mew Donuts. He will not be the best support. No. Meatpwned looks like a team that's like really making us like. They seem to be really improving. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not playing any more games tonight. It's already 1, and I said I'd be off at 11, which is like I said that was generous. I'd probably be off later, but I will be playing tomorrow around the same time, probably around 7:30, 8 p.m. PA's alright against Troll, but honestly, like, both heroes have to build an MKB, or, as for me, I don't really build an MKB against PA that much. Honestly, I feel like Troll just farms faster, and if the Troll's an equivalent player, I think that he would be, if the Troll knew how to play it properly, I think the Troll should win, but PA's a decent option. You either have to build an MKB or a BKB. I am on Demon and Brax's team now. That is what I have done with my team. I talked about it with that Lina support. That was a 4K player right there. Learn how to farm, be efficient. That is literally what you need to do. That is how you get to 5K. Every game I play in a 5K game, the difference between a 5K game and a 4K game, in a 4K game I feel like there's a lot of people wasting their time. And that's not meant to be insulting. That's meant to tell you, like, that's what's going on. Like, you guys have a lot of the ideas going down, but, like, you have a lot of good ideas, like, and, like, you have a good conceptual understanding of the game, but you just you're not efficient. Like, it's just efficiency. KZZ is a very good player. I cannot dunk. At one day I almost could. I was a few inches off, but I'm only 5'9". Probably pretty close. Demon's probably a little more ripped than me right now, Lynch. I have not been working out as much as I would like to. I do not like muting everybody at the start of the game. I'll mute the only time I really mute is if a guy not only like does poorly, but he also bitches the entire team and just like he's just like people that just make you in a bad mood. I think offlane Legion's good if you know how to play it. It's just you rely on your team once again. I love playing Legion, but another hero that relies on your team to help you kill people. I will be trying my damnedest to make it to TI5. I can almost guarantee I'll be in the qualifiers. So, I can't really talk about why I chose all my team and all the politics behind it, but it had nothing to do with the players. It was just how it went, really. I can only say that. Brewmaster's pretty good against Troll, but Brewmaster's a very difficult hero to make that happen. Like I said, Troll's easy to play-ish, and very hard to play against. Yeah, Ix Mike's team seemed to fall apart. That's about the best way to put it. Drow, I usually go Treads, Midas. I start with Wraith Fantangos, go Treads, Midas, Mask Madness, Yasha, Blink, Scotty. Like, that's usually how I go. Or Yasha, Shanj and Yasha, Scotty. That's usually how I play it. If I'm farming really well, that's my build. Otherwise, I'll go like Sanj and Yasha into like BKB or Crit Stick or something like that. Differences between 5K and 6K players is decision making. 100%. Taking the right fights, being in the right place at the right time. Countering Brewmaster in mid, basically all ranged heroes that have nukes, or like snipers included. Lina's really good, Shadow Fiend's really good, etc. Six-slotted PA will beat six-slotted Troll 100%, yes. My opinion on it is that if the hero farms faster, the hero will be worse in the late game. That's just usually how it is. And Troll farms faster than PA. Like, that's a pretty good indication. Like, Spectre, the slowest farming hero in the game, is like one of the best late game heroes. Midas is really good for levels on the heroes I'm talking about. Wraith King level 16 is absolutely important. Slark level 16 is huge. Drow level 16 is huge. Like, just getting the levels, spurring your farm ahead. Especially as Slark, you can go around killing people after you... Like, if you can go around killing people and still get your farm going with the Midas. Stopping a six-slotted Wraith King is just with sustained physical damage with a basher. Like, some hero that bashes, just constantly disabling him is really the only way to deal with it. Carry Silencer, I feel like, is just weaker ever since they nerfed his Ags. But he's still okay. I'm in school. All stuff like school and stuff, all things general about me is in the frequently asked questions. Calibrated at 5K. Favorite basketball team and favorite player. I really don't, like, for a basketball player, I really don't enjoy professional basketball all that much. I mostly just like watching college. And I usually like watching the people that go into the NBA and the people I liked watching in college. But it is funny. I have several friends that I played with in like 7th and 8th grade that are now in the NBA, which is pretty cool. Dusa can farm fast with a bit of space and a couple items. Yes, she can, but she's pretty squishy early game. But she still needs items to farm fast. Dusa's really the one exception. Why do you think she's so popular right now? This is the best response to that. I think Morphling support's viable. Yes. I do. I don't know about in pubs. Like, I've never actually seen it in a pub, but I definitely think it's viable in certain, like, with very specific lineups. I think it's very situational. Yeah, if he gets his blink before you get a Yule Scepter on Lina, if you get a Brewmaster gets a blink, if they get any blinks or anything before you get a Yule Scepter on Lina, you have to rush Yules, and you're just in trouble if that happens. Yeah, Medusa, like, she's really strong late game, but she's actually, like, I don't know. If you kill the rest of her team, Medusa's pretty underwhelming unless she's got, like, 6-slotted Rapier. That's what I'm trying to say. She still has her period. I feel like she peaks actually between, like, 30 and 40. In terms of, like, as a mid-game carry. I think she still can go late, but, like, other carries I think are better late game. Climbing the ladder from 3k MMR to 6k, if you stay at it long enough, the odds are pretty low unless you consider, like, it's really all about the attitude you have. Like, a lot of people just dick off a lot, and if you dick around a lot, that's not going to get you any better. All things in moderation? Sure, man. Favorite Dota players, Universe on the Western, and probably Ice 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 on the China scene. I never believe in rushing things to do Roche. In pubs. In coordinated Dota, yes. Rushing, skipping items like Midas on Drow to rush you Roche. Even then, I think you can do it with Midas, like in coordinated games. I don't think there's any reason to skip it. If you're an anti-mage, you have to burn his mana. That's the best way to beat him. Beat a centaur. To beat a centaur in lane, you have to burn his mana. But it's not like anti-mage is a really weak laner. That's pretty cool. WT Fluffy. Very best late game carries. I think Terrorblade is right up there. Spectre, Terrorblade. I don't know. Probably Morphling. Morphling's probably in the top. Probably even Gyrocopter. PA. That's about it. Those are probably my hardest carries. I don't even think Naga's that great in the late game anymore. Oh, yeah. I don't really think Mid-Naga is viable anymore. I think she just loses to most of the popular heroes. That's the problem. Like, if you saw, like, recently, like, or towards the end of Naga's, like, popularity, she was getting picked. She'd make it to 6 slots and then get out carried, which is not, like with the hero that builds Radiance like that, that's not what you want. Demon is pro, huh? Yeah, no, it is a problem, though. Like I said, I had 4K players in my game, but Nyx is never picked because he doesn't really offer all that. Like, he offers a very unique skill set that's very situational. So he's a decent hero, but once again, situational. Mom, if you have free farm on Luna, but once again, I just don't think Luna's very good. So, like, I don't think either of them's like both of them are alright. Like Mom or Helm of the Dominator, but thoughts on Terrorblade? He needs a team that supports him. He needs a lot of space. That's the problem. He needs a lot of space, and his illusions do less damage to towers now. I think Luna will never be on the competitive scene until she gets changed. Unless I'm just so wrong, I feel like she's so weak in lane. The buff to her ultis are really nice, but that's like a really long cooldown, and that's not what the meta is about right now. It's about heroes with low cooldown: Shadow Fiend, Sniper, Slark, Troll. Supports for climbing MMR, greedy supports: Wraith King, Lina. Stuff that scales. Rubik's even pretty good. Vengeful Spirit is OP, so that too. Ancient Apparition if you know how to play it. PL with good coordination is really easy to deal with, but at the same, PL's one of PL's a really snowbally hero. So like if you can't deal with them, you either can't deal with them or you can. I played a TB the other day. It's I don't know. It's one of those I'd rather you watch me play TB in an actual coordinated game, but I think he's really bad right now. I can only tell, for every person who's like, I'm a certain MMR, what to do. It's hard to tell you, man. Like, I can tell you exactly what 4K to 5K and 5K to 6K, but up until you get to about 4K, it's really just fundamentals of the game. Like, it's really all it is. Mechanics, like, primarily. Abaddon in a draft has to be really aggressive. Like, the other team, you saw Abaddon Axe in a game. Like, I think that's really, like, you just have to play Abaddon with a hero that's super, like, with one or more heroes that are super aggressive. Winter Wyvern's really strong. I don't know if she's OP. Yeah, Luna has a situational playstyle and a push strat, but are you on? I am going to be streaming tomorrow. Yes, my schedule is down below. It's a very tentative schedule, meaning like within 30 minutes to an hour of it. What do I think about Oracle? I think he is very strong. His ulti is very strong. I feel like if he was put into coordinated Dota, he'd be really good. ES is played as a 5 because he does so much with farm, and he also does so much without it. And he does amazing with just a blink. So if you can go 40-minute game, an ES with blink is still effective as hell. Safe lane Weaver, I feel like you just can't. If you can't have safe laners that can't man up, the only exceptions are Sniper and Drow. Otherwise, like the other team will the carry will just man up on you mid game, even late game, and you'll just not be able to do anything. Oh, so I think Troll and Slark are still very good for competitive Dota. I'm just saying that the heroes I play in pubs are primarily not pub stompers per se, but self-sufficient heroes. Like I still think those are two of my best heroes. I think I have a lot of heroes I can play and offer a lot too. Just like my goal would be to be Illidan, where I get my Slark banned, because it's good enough to get banned. Yeah, the source quality rip. They seem to apparently the bot that gives it to you after 500 viewers or whatever is broken, and I don't have Twitch sponsorship yet, and eventually I will. Aquila treads. Midas if I can get it. Shadowblade. No Oof. I don't go Oof on Slark. I just don't think it's worth it. Like I said, for 4K MMR players, learn how to farm faster. Quelling Blade when you go jungle on any hero. That applies to any hero. I think Void used to be one of the best late game carries, and then the nerf to Refresh Orb by making his ult cost more. I just think Void is now a mid game carry, and he's not even a carry. I think he's an offlaner. And if he is a carry, he'd have to buy a Battle Fury because he needs to farm fast and hit a peak around 30 to 40 minutes. Otherwise, he's just not that great anymore. Eric Larson, for my stream times, I've been streaming a lot at night, but that's because I'm in school right now. But I will be streaming more during the day on weekends and stuff like that. Um, I don't tend to listen to much music. I listen to quiet music, like music quietly, but on stream I feel like if I'm commentating, I can't concentrate. Like music is distracting slightly, so it's about the equivalent distraction of commentating for me. So I can't do both. What items are greedy on support Wraith King? Go like Midas Blink. No, it's fine, Eric Larson. I did post the schedule, but I will like everything's right now. I'm in school. In about 3 weeks, all that's gonna change, and I'll be doing much more during the day as well. Quelling Blade on Crystal Maiden 2 Kappa? No. Sorry, on carries that are melee. I think Dragonite's just one of those heroes that relies completely on having an ulti, and heroes that that are ineffective at like less effective at certain points of the game, like certain times in the game, are bad. Basically, Lone Druid is is a good niche pick, but I think he's relatively weak. With Uv plus his passive, can Slark zone any great offlane? Can he zone any offlaner? And the answer, I would say, could he do it better? Yes. Could he do it by himself? No. Could he do it with a lead? Maybe. But the Uv's not going to make the difference. It may help, but it's 275 gold. You got to keep that in mind. It delays the item progression pretty heavily. I enjoy streaming. It's been fun. It's just stressful. Like it's honestly stressful for me, just the fact that I can't get the Twitch sponsorship because I really want to be able to offer you guys better quality and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I've answered a lot of questions. I've been on for about 20 minutes of question answering. I'll probably do some sort of guide, not guide, but like a review of offlaning tomorrow. I did support today, so if you have any questions or like anything about like coaching or stuff like modding as well, just feel free to send me a message on Twitch or my email. I did just get a donation about 4 minutes ago. I appreciate that. I did not see that. It says, "You have been talking in chat forever. Please have this donation." And it's a $10 donation from Baduaism. I wish I could pronounce that. I really do appreciate it, man. Everything helps. Everything's going to go towards the stream. But yeah, good night, guys. And I'm glad I didn't miss that donation. Yeah, have a good one, guys.